Hi, this is Tim. In a recent live stream, I accidentally downloaded a Connected Components Workbench program into a Micro800 PLC that had DHCP enabled. And I wanted to share this footage with you so you understood how easy it is to accidentally do it and how we can fix it with the PLC Tools Sim IPE. Well, it seems to be taking a really long time to download. All right, we failed to connect here. Let's go ahead and put this on. Let's see. Failed to connect, which seems really weird because we were just connected. So I guess this is one situation where we just try it again. It sure acts like it's not doing anything. And we aren't. Oh my God, hey. So I don't know where I did it. Well, we have a learning opportunity here. As if you have watched any of my videos, you know I always tell you the one thing about Connected Components Workbench, and I think they could work this a little better, although there is a warning there, but it's not really clear, is when you create a new program, it enables DHCP by default. And if I go here to my controller properties and I go to my Ethernet configuration, I just downloaded a PLC with DHCP enabled. Hey Michael, can you get me the Sim IPE over there? It's right over there on that to your layup. So in this case, there's a couple ways you could do it. As one, if you had a DHCP server handy, then you could do it that way. It's kind of a pain with Rockwell's BootP DHCP server. I'll be honest, I almost never get that thing to work. But so we're going to use the PLC Tools Sim IPE, which is actually one of our devices. And we're going to go to Prepare Address, and it probably is in there. But let's see, IP address list. There it is. So that's what it was on, 192.168.114. So I'm going to select it, and then I'm going to go to Assign Address, and we're going to use BootP DHCP. And it is this top port. And actually, for the Micro800, you do have to cycle power. It only does DHCP for like 1 minute. So we're going to plug it in. Hey, congratulations. You just got somebody in the chat. Check it out. They just got promoted to a control system tech. Very good. Congratulations. Mustang is also studying for RS Logix 500, 5000 for future work. That is awesome. All right, now I'm going to set it to static. There you go. There's always a learning opportunity. And yeah, now everybody knows I don't make perfect videos. But we'll go through that, and now I should be able to oh no, look, I'm getting ready to do it again. I got to make sure I cancel now. I just hit the download button, but I didn't actually put that IP address in there. Actually, I'm going to do this. I'm going to ride this through. This is actually a video coming out in a week or so, but let me go ahead and show you what happened for one and how we can fix it. I'm going to download with project values, just like we've been doing. Oh boy, Laura's converting an old PLC5 trainer to be used with a slick Micrologics and compact Logics. Well, send a picture of it. I always like to see different trainers that are out there. But okay, when we are naturally doing downloads, the next prompt is normally, do you want to put it in run mode? Except if your Ethernet configuration settings don't match. And it says here, downloading current Ethernet settings will result in a disconnection from controller. Continue with downloading of Ethernet settings, but you know, I'm looking for the run mode prompt, and I hit yes. So I'm going to click no here. And what that's going to do is it's still downloading my program, but it's not going to apply those Ethernet settings. And now it's going to say, do you want to put it in run mode? And we do. But now let's fix our Ethernet. And it doesn't show it right now. But if we'll click, oh, actually, wait a second. And it'll show it. I think it does. Oh. We got to go back to our controller up here, double click it. And now, if we click on Ethernet, is it still loading? There it goes. Just a little slow. I'm choking up a little bit on the computer too. But the settings in the project and controller are different. Update from controller. What this is going to do is pull out whatever the PLC configuration is. So in this case, I had it for DHCP, but I'm going to click the button now. And now, let's see, we're configured and it's got it in there. And now we can download next time. Rod's got an IP Explorer, awesome. I mean, I tell you what, and yeah, I don't like to get too salesy, but yeah, if you don't have one of these, it is absolutely a lifesaver. And yeah, can it configure? Let me get a longer cord. Hey, Michael, actually, here's one. Is one we can plug into a device. So I just unplugged the Micrologics, which remind me later, I just knocked myself offline. I'll be scratching my head and wondering why it doesn't work. And I plugged directly into a device. Then I can go to read unknown. And it's going to tell me that, one, there's its IP address. I don't know if I can get this to focus in. Usually I use a different camera for stuff like this. But this IP address is 192.168.114. It also gives its MAC address. It tells me that it's a 2080 LC20, 20 QBB, and also that it's version 12, which can be really important when you're trying to figure out what, especially Studio 5000, what version you need. Now, one other neat thing you can do, though, is let's say we're just, maybe we're trying to figure out what IP address we should set our PC at, or, you know, what all is on this network, is you can actually plug it into an Ethernet switch. And I'm not sure what all is on this network. Well, most of the PLC labs shut off right now. But now if I go to read unknown, then all right, it's discovered 5 devices, 8 devices. See, I'm reading that top line right there. Hopefully that focus is okay. So there is that Micro820 again, but now I can hit the up arrow, and it's also discovered, well, there's a second Micro820, which is actually in the control panel that you can barely see right there. This is this Compact Logics trainer. I set it back here just in case we had a specific question on it. There's the PowerFlex 525 drive right here. There's another PowerFlex 525 drive that I can't even think of where it is right now. What is that? This is the PanelView 800 right here. And there's another PanelView 800 up there. And yes, Mustang is just asking, is it compatible with other devices? Well, yeah, here's my, actually my PC desktop. So no, it's not just for Allen Bradley. It's not just for PLCs. We have people that buy them for like large-scale camera systems, you know, configuring cameras, trying to figure out what cameras are used. I mean, it can do printers. It can discover anything that, well, anything that uses any of the standards. Now, there are some things out there that are just crudely written it doesn't work great with. But yeah, it's an outstanding device for things like that. I'll put a link to the PLC tool Sim IP in the description. Till next time. Hi, this is Tim.
And this is Amber of TW Controls. We run the automation store. Hey, thanks for finding our channel.
Here's a playlist with some similar videos.
And YouTube thinks you'll like this video.
Please like our video and subscribe to our channel.
And if our videos have helped you make some money and you're not using our products, please consider supporting us on Patreon.
Till next time.
See ya!